Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. This is 2wheels254, and today we're going to. Sometimes in life, we look at people, we look at circumstance, we look at how people wear or things that people have, and we end up looking them in another way that they are not. And it has happened in many cases and many scenarios where maybe someone that day decided to wear something and or have something, and you end up judging them. You end up judging them. You end up looking them in a way maybe they're not, that you're not supposed to look at them in that way. What am I saying? Mostly is judgment. You put in the wrong judgment on them. For example, maybe that day you found someone. Maybe someone was maybe in their shamba. Shamba is like garden, doing things there, and you see when you're wearing something for farming, wear something that you're farming, then something happens, maybe an emergency happened, and they were told they need to do this this particular time, and they came out of the shamba wearing their clothes, and they went to, maybe it was an emergency. They went there. Maybe it was a hospital. They decided to go there wearing the shamba, because you see, going to the hospital because of emergency is not something that you can plan for. So when you find them in that situation where they have come to look at their person in a hospital, maybe you meet in the hospital with that guy or that person wearing those clothes, and maybe they were your friends, and maybe you used to look them in a different way. Now you found them totally in a different way, and you end up judging them. You end up judging them that they are very poor, and they didn't have clothes and all sort of things, and but that's not the reality. And most of us we find ourselves in those situations. Another example is when you see, in Kenya there are people called boda boda. They are boda boda people, and they ride motorbikes all over. And most of them, some of them are in this industry because of desperation, but others also are there because they went to school, they went to university, and whatever they did, the course they did is not applicable in the market, or they didn't find a job, and they ended up in this desperate situation of finding a job that is easier for them, and they ended up in boda boda. So we end up judging them on those bases. That, you see, in Kenya we think that people who have boda boda are poor people. They don't have anything, which is not the case. It's not the case actually. These guys, they have places, they have homes, they have built homes. I've seen boda boda guys living better than most of the people who work in those big paid jobs. And you find this guy just has a good home and all those things. Yeah. So it's so unfortunate that it happened. It's so unfortunate that it happened, and we end up misjudging them. We end up judging them. We end up misquoting them, and it's a problem that I've seen in Kenya, and all the other parts, and human beings actually, generally, you will love judging by how people dress, what people drive, what people, how they look, and sometimes it's so bad that even we treat them the same way. We treat them so badly, and they're not that. Yes, I can say that with confidence, because it's not once, it's not twice I've seen that happening. Yes. So let's stop this tendency of judging people, and have a good positive way of looking at people. Have a good positive way of looking at people, regardless of how they look, regardless on how they drive. Sometimes you may find someone who is driving a very good car, and you may think maybe this is the guy maybe I'm looking for, and you end up thinking that guy has money, and maybe he's looking good because the boss is paying him good money, but the car is not his, is the boss, and you end up falling for that, thinking that this guy is. And even the way they express themselves, some people wear very good clothes, but they don't own those things. Yeah, and there are some people who are misjudged because of those things, and there are those things, they have those things. Yeah, so you may find someone who is maybe driving a good car like a V8, and maybe he's just a driver. He's just a driver who has been maybe sent for an errand, and you're there just there thinking he's rich, and you fall into that, and you end up in so different directions. So for me, my advice for you and all the other people who have that tendency is that just take people as human first, before having conclusion on them, or having concluded about them. No, people, see how there are a lot of things, a lot of things you can learn from each and every one. And there are some people who don't want to show, and there are some people who show off every single cent of their life, and you've seen that with celebrities all over. There's some celebrities, even their bedrooms, where they sleep, where their house, their location and everything. But there's some celebrity, even you don't know where they live, you don't know even if they have a wife. You see, those are what I'm talking about. There's some people who want to show off, there's some people who don't want to show off, and it's normal. It's just normal with life, totally normal. So in that case, please judge people rightly. Judge people on how you've interacted with them, how you've seen them, and also why should you judge? And also the Bible said, judge so that you don't be judged. Yeah, see, mimi nimesema. Yeah, so that's my take. So see you on the next episode. We shall talk more on the next episode. See you. Bye. This is 2 Wheels 254. Niaje?